Hello everybody and welcome back. We've just completed turn 6. It was a big one. Oh, took us a while. We had to put the game on hold for a little bit. It did slow down the game by 1 or 2 turns, it has to be said. But we're back on track now. And we've got some goings on. So, 6 Featherthorn and the Purgatonis Perigrecios still at the wall, although we've told them that their preparations for defending the wall and burning the jungle is complete. You know, maybe we'll update the map and, you know, put like a little scorch mark on the end of it or something. You know, it's an ever-growing, ever-changing map. And, yeah, so they should be on the move soon. The PPs, as I'm going to call them, have got an extra 12,000 men, although most of them are unarmed, as they're Motch'Ikan militia. They found 2,000 muskets in the town's garrison. They took them, they commandeered them, and I'm sure next turn they're going to start marching north. We've got Company D down here of the Belleforns is catching up with everybody with their vials of vaccines, although if they're going to make it out of here or not remains to be seen, because these guys have set some traps. They're going to probably ambush them, but I think Skagbaz Teeth Chewer is of the mind to maybe let them go, perhaps. I mean, they set traps, they're ready for an ambush. The traps will spring, which probably will throw a spanner in the works for the Belleforns and their vaccine convoy, but we'll have to see. We'll have to roll the dice and see if they trigger. But yeah, we'll put them there. And we've got Unit 3 of Skagbaz Chief Chewer here as well. They look like they're ready to ambush. Company E and I think G, yeah, of the 11th Land Under Assault Regiment. However, down here, that is where we said that Gnome Chompski's supply trucks blew up, and then he salvaged the scrap and he took some rocket launchers and some auto guns out of that. Now these guys are going back to investigate. However, these guys who were driving through didn't see a thing, because the scrap and the metal and what was left of the trucks is no longer there. He's nabbed it. The Hindenlichter CNP, who we were worried wouldn't be able to do much, they have got the message from the Amplexus Pathfinders up here. We might have sped up the sailing ever so slightly, but you know, once a sailboat comes into Essep, the message is passed on to a postman on horseback and sent over here. So the rest of the people will now know that the Amplexus Pathfinders are safe. They're just up north somewhere. We have Mugzod Mad Chopper over here. He's just taken Castelloro and he's moved south across the mountains back into the jungle. This is going to be interesting, because I think what he is suggesting he does is he's going to approach Falon from this way. He won't be able to cross the river, but he probably will find a route across the falls here. So he'll swing south along here, and if these guys move up here, they're going to meet. They're going to meet the green-tired fools. And the poor old 5th Conic Swingers, depending on what happens with that battle, will find themselves cut off also. We have the Clendathu Sisters of Steel. They've gotten the message now that Griphook has fled into the mountains. They don't know where, but he's escaped. Unlucky Sisters of Steel. It was very unlucky. But they are themselves now also exposed as we had the second battle of Fullerton. It was a big one. It took several days of play by post. We wanted to do it live, but unfortunately schedules didn't quite meet up. We're going to try and throw in as many live battles as we can, but sometimes, if you're on different time zones, different work schedules, sometimes it can be tough. So we're going to try and fit in as many play by emails and lives as we can to accommodate people. But it was a big one. Griphook Ragnash's forces have been quite significantly diminished, it has to be said. He's only got he's only got 3 or 4 blocks that are undamaged. He's still got plenty of troops, but this one here is 4.5. We've had to take a couple of these down to 6s and 7s, so he's getting beaten up a little bit. It has to be said, but it was a good call to maybe bring those boar riders back and basically squish Fullerton like a grape. The Jotunheims, or what's left of them, only 5 platoons remained of them, and the tanks lost 47% of the 2 companies that went in. But when they were fighting a retreat, we said that 5 platoons was enough for the Jotunheims to fight a retreat. So you win some, you lose some. It was only really the Orc boar riders that did it. But if they do come back, they'll be met in this forest by Griphook Ragnash's 5th Horde. The causeway still causing them problems, but we'll get that fixed next turn. So then maybe they can launch a counter attack and have a big old battle. We don't want this campaign to end too quickly. We've still got 4 regiments that are yet to see any action whatsoever. Up here with the Amplexus Pathfinders, we've now indulged them and given them information that yes, there is orcs this side of the mountains. What he decides to do with that information, we don't know. He's very busy with work also, so sometimes it can be quite hard to remember to give orders. But yeah, that's the map so far. Battle lines, if you were to draw it, you would probably say that the orcs really have captured all of this now up to Castelloro, and really, you can put them like that. They've taken all of this, and yeah, like that. And then you have Imperial lines. We'll draw them in blue. Why not? You've got the pocket of the Amplexus Pathfinders. You have the Königsringers protecting that. So yeah, really pretty much the Sisters of Steel are behind enemy lines now. We've made that clear to them that they're in, Ralph Wiggum would put it, danger. It depends if Griphook Ragnash figures out that he's still got those Sisters of Steel up there, and if he wants to go after them. If he does, they're in trouble. It has to be said. I don't think, he'll probably knacker his troops out. It has to be said, without a doubt. But whether he goes for it or not, we don't know. Yeah, but it's coming along. It's coming along. But yeah, we've got Gnome Chompski. We need to really do a block for Gnome Chompski. So there he is, Gnome Chompski. It's on the board. He's in there. He's He's embedded himself amongst the Hindenlichter CNP. I almost forgot. The lieutenant from Castle Clifton. You remember him up here? Attached himself to the Motch'Ikan militia that was coming up with the Sisters of Steel, and then the Jotunheims grabbed him, took him down to Fullerton. We have come up with a little scenario to see what the first Jotunheim commander wants to do with him, as that's 2 battles that this lieutenant has been in. Twice he's escaped with his life, being pretty much... Actually, the first time it was just him and his men, but this time it's just him. Could he be a bad omen? We'll have to see. We'll have to see what the first Jotunheims do with him. But yeah, it's good. It's good to kind of see, you know, these little stories develop and the problems that, you know, people have to deal with. Yeah, we've got Hindenlichter CMP has got a problem with Gnome Chompski. The 11th Landunders are receiving messages that there might be some orcs in the jungle. We've got the Belleforns fixing the wall and seeing if they've got their vaccines along the way. Maybe some of these Motch'Ikan militia are crusaders. Maybe they get out of hand for the PPs. And then we've got the rest of them at Causewatton trying to fix the causeway to try and get over. And but it's too late. It's too late for them. They're going to have to think of a strategy and maybe try and counterattack. We'll have to see. But it's fun. We'll have to see what develops in turn 7 as we await the orders from everybody. See you then.